Baba Zwidegala, or we need you to brief us on the reality of the history of the Ndebele Kingdom.
You'll know that possibly in Africa there is no nation that has a history as clear as the one of the Ndebele nation, which was created by King Mzilikazi. And King Mzilikazi was the son of Machovana and Nompetu Mumalo, born in Zululand, and he migrated northwards and left Chaka, a commander under Chaka. And he created a nation out of many different ethnic groups. And he was capable of defeating them and then taking them under him, and some of them were volunteering to be under him. So a nation was created which was called Umthwakazi, Buta Abantu, which means babe ngababuthwakazi. Umthwakazi was a very, very intelligent construction from King Mzilikazi, this nation. Mzilikazi's son was King Lobengula. He's the one that succeeded him, and he ruled under very difficult conditions when whites came into this country and they wanted to take over and destroy his kingdom. But when he was fighting to protect his kingdom. He never fought other ethnic groups of this particular country or anywhere adjacent to this particular country. He wanted to protect the kingdom of the Ndebele people. After him, the whites obviously have written a lot of books indicating that he was the last king of the Ndebele, and that is not correct, because peer-reviewed documents and books that were written in 1895, 1896 are indicating that Nyamande, one of his sons, was coronated on the 25th of June 1896. Albeit he did not govern, because 6 months down the line, the whites took him and put him in a fence away from his own people, so that the kingdom of the Ndebele and the monarch of the Ndebele would never flourish, and they never wanted to see it flourishing anymore. I am born in that house because Nyamande was the father to my father, Sumpe Velezulwini Kumalo, and I'm the son of Sumpe and Edna Spelile Mabunda or Mlojwa, and there I am. I'm a prince coming directly from that particular family.
Okay. You can also give us a brief on Uloske. What was the relationship with Loske? Yeah.
Loske was a special queen of King Lobengula, who had no responsibility to produce children, but had a spiritual responsibility. She was also called Uqhwabe, ophosa umkhonto udabuke isibhakabhaka, and throwing a spear is a man's job. So she had authority over spirits to the level of the power that men had at war when they were defeating their enemies. And she supported military operations of the King Lobengula, and also supported spiritually the military operations of the one that took over from Lobengula, was Nyamande, in 1896 when they were fighting the whites. So Loske had a responsibility also of leading all the queens during Inwala ceremony, which was a ceremony specifically supposed to be led by a king, and it was for the tasting of the fresh fruits from the fields, and that was supposed to be done by a king. This is why when the chiefs asked Nkulumane to do so, his father was never happy, and he said, there is no sun that rises before the other one sets, and therefore he instructed that he punished him, and he started Umhlaba and one of his sons, Mangwana, to take him, I must apologize there. He asked the two Mpofu people, Ukwelemana, Lowabai, to take Nkulumane back to his ancestors. And that was because he no longer wanted him to succeed him. And therefore, this is why Lopengula took over after his father identified him.
Maybe in conclusion, you talked about Unyamante being locked away by these white people. What happened after when he was locked, and did he ever come out of that incarceration?
No, the effort of the whites has existed up to today to destroy the Ndebele monarch. Unfortunately, when they removed him from Bulawayo, which was the center of power, they went to enclose him in a keep or a fence in the Mbembezi forest where there were mosquitoes and lions and wild animals. And he stayed there. He never ruled, he never governed, but he had been coronated. In our culture, what makes a king is the coronation process. It is not the governance element.
Siyabonga.